So we got the movie. Disney's Haunted Mansion feels like a comedy, kind of scary, horror fantasy movie about a group of random good-looking strangers living in New Orleans with different strengths coming together as a team or as a unit to defend and defeat these ghosts and cast them out of the mansion. After Rosario Dawson's character Gabby, and by the way folks, Rosario Dawson is absolute babe, and her son enter this newly founded renovated home that calls them, oh, this is the place we're gonna be living at now. They encounter different sounds, ghosts, mysterious figures in the dark. They can't take photos without the flash because it scares the spirits away, so they try to leave, hoping to never see them again, which, by the way, they do encounter them in their daily day activities, so they disrupt their everyday life when they go from hotels to different houses, so they are forced to come back and understand this phenomenon at their newly founded home. Owen Wilson's character, Father Priest, hears word about this, so he enlists the presence of a character known as Ben, who used to take photographs of these unknown scary beings with such specialty cameras with phones. They have like this amazing capture feature to detect ghosts in such known presence with different lightings and scary ghost effects. And that guy is played by none other than Lakeith Stanfield, which, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm not getting that name right, plays as Ben, which feels like the main character, and I gotta say, he does have gravitas to this role. And every time I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, he does seem like he can carry a movie forward. And look at his filmography he did even in movies such as Knives Out, Judas the Black Messiah, Straight Outta Compton, and Photograph, so I liked him in those movies, so I'm happy to see him here, although he does feel like his character is a little bit more standoffish. He doesn't have any social skills, he has a hard time being with people, but he does have a very emotional moments of the film with emotional takes that he's grieving or suffering from his past, which explores deeper down the movie as you go forward. Although I gotta say, this movie has great casting all the way around. I had no idea Jared Leto was in this movie until I saw the end credits. I'm like, what? He was the villain all this time? We also have the likes of Jamie Lee Curtis and Danny DeVito, so all these people are amazing in this cast because they have seamlessly blend together when they're working towards the movie. I honestly didn't care for this movie, to be very honest with you, and that was kind of my downfall. Surprisingly, I had a pleasant time watching this. I mean, yes, I could have watched it in Dolby, and yes, I'm always here shouting from the rooftops, watch in the better premium formats, but I just couldn't make it at that 4 o'clock showtime. I was like, no, I gotta do laundry, I gotta do this, so I don't know why it's releasing now though, in the beginning of August, late July. This feels like it's catered towards Halloween. I mean, maybe later down the line it will be released for Halloween and like Disney Plus, but I don't know why the marketing strategy is releasing now, sandwiched in two between films such as Barbie and Oppenheimer, and then we got Gran Turismo coming soon and Ninja Turtles, so I don't know why this movie is releasing now. It's a weird strategy that they're using because this should be marketed towards Halloween. I don't know why it's releasing now. I just thought that was very weird. Although I feel like since it's from Disney, it's like kids' introduction to scary movies. I mean, yeah, it does have ghosts, scary sounds, some jumpy scares, but that are weak in my opinion, astral projections, but I'm telling you, it's not as scarier or bigger than Insidious or the Conjuring universe. I mean, yeah, sometimes there's some scenes where I'm like, oh my god, like that got me like maybe for like a 0.5 second, but overall the thematic tones and the themes and the narrative and like the overall plot line and the way the movie feels when you're watching it, it just feels more like more laughter, you know, like laughing. I mean, yeah, it's, oh my gosh, it's scary, they could die at any moment, you know, but it's like, it doesn't feel like that. It just feels like, oh my gosh, they could die, but you know they're not going to because the movie's just like playing it up for that. It's like, you can tell by the tone and thematic themes of the movie. It's not like, it's definitely for kids to try to introduce them into scary movies. I mean, if you introduce kids maybe to like scary demonic stuff, I mean, yeah, it has that here, but mostly scary goobly goblins and ghosts, and they talk and they disrupt the spirits, and I don't know. I mean, it's a type of movie where a group of random strangers, they become like friends, maybe they become like more different strengths and weaknesses of random strangers. I'm telling you, it's random strangers that have no part in being together in this weird house for God knows reasons to save the day. The group that they assembled though is actually pretty cool and ties this movie well together. I mean, other than the great chemistry that they do have and I do see present on screen, I actually laughed a little bit of times. Overall good message for kids and families alike, but they do come together to defeat or understand what's going on in this ghost. They travel to different rooms, they get different clues, they recruit other people, they go on some weird missions, they introduce this house mechanic. Oh my gosh, they go on top of the house and the bottom of the house. After midnight, it changes overall like where you want to go. But I mean, yeah, it's cool, multiple big rooms, but most of the movie is in the dark. So when the ghosts come out and they're neon and it's beautiful, I mean, it looks nice. Yes, granted, I didn't go see it in Dolby, which maybe I should have, but to be honest, it is a light-hearted movie. It's basically a kids movie that has comedy and horror, but doesn't want to lean itself too much to the horror side because they know kids would get scared and run away and cry. But then again, at the end of the day, if you put too much scariness and like a little kid, like imagine a little kid watched like Conjuring or something, or The Nun, that would, no, I think that would be bad for them. Like that, you know, for this movie doesn't play for them. I mean, yeah, it has laughs, the ghosts are friendly per se, oh my gosh, the ghosts are helping, they're not trying to kill, and there's only one ghost that's bad. Like, I'm just like, wow, like, yep, I can see why kids love this or will like this or be okay with it. Overall, this movie is great for families. Like I said before, kids trying to get into the horror genre. There are some great emotional moments of the beats that the characters go through, such as themselves, their past, their trauma, their grief, how they're connecting, what does the laughter have to do with this, and there is some actually pretty fun moments that I actually laughed out loud with the rest of the crowd in the theater. But it's not like, I don't think the movie takes itself too seriously, and a lot of people are bashing in it, or maybe they might be a little bit too critical, but I had an okay time with this. It's not gonna win any awards. I mean, let's be honest, it's a Disney scary comedy movie that's releasing not in October. That's what I want you guys to understand, not in October. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a C+. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Maybe consider hitting that like button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care, bye.